What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brendan with my main man Stu.
How you doing?
We're here to talk about the Super Bowl, Sixers, breaking news involving Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons, and the Pro Bowl. So, just to start about the Super Bowl, I'm ready to go. I'm hyped. I don't know about you, but
Oh man, I've been waiting for this since I was a little kid, man.
yeah, honestly, it's been since we were little kids. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think about since
13 years since Philadelphia's been in the Super Bowl.
yeah, and it's been too long for my eyes. Same team we're playing. That's very interesting, and the same road for the playoffs: Vikings, Falcons, Patriots, opposite order. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. So the keys for this game. First off, I think the Eagles are the better team on paper. I think their defense is better, a lot better than the Patriots. Offensively, I think the Patriots do have a little edge, but it's not a big edge because we have a lot of weapons around us. Not saying the Patriots don't either, because they do. But I think the Eagles' running game's better, their O-line's better, and overall their defense is better and everything. They're just better. And then, yeah, they got the better quarterback, maybe some better weapons, better tight end. Not by much, though. Zach Ertz is solid. But, yeah, I'm excited for this game, but, yeah. So
I just feel the main problem with New England is they lost their best weapon. I think Julian Edelman is New England's best weapon.
Yeah.
And it comes to show him because last Super Bowl, Gronk didn't play. And then now, you're losing Edelman, and that's Brady's main target. I mean, you got good weapons on the team. I mean, you got Cooks, he's a speedy receiver, but all he is a deep threat.
yeah.
All he's looked at is a deep threat.
Yeah.
And if you take away his deep threat abilities, he's not gonna be able to do much. And the thing with Gronk is, I mean, the kid gets hurt like every single game.
Yeah.
I think he's a
injury
player
prone.
he's made of glass, I think.
Yeah.
And I think if you take a shot at him and he's down, that's it. He's done.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I agree. That was a good point on the Edelman thing, though, because when you think about it, they did not have Gronk last year, and Edelman made, obviously, a supreme catch at the end, and they won that Super Bowl in dramatic fashion. But I also think we got to watch out for Danny Amendola. Eagles, and another guy, I think him and Deion Lewis, because the Eagles aren't great with speedy running backs. He
has a good receiving back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
They got multi-backs.
Yeah, so Deion Lewis scares me a little bit because due to the fact that he's a lot like Jared McKinnon and Tevin Coleman, which we didn't handle well. We don't really handle the screen backs that well, along with Todd Gurley, who also burned us. So,
remember week 2 with Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, Kareem Hunt, that's
He burned
another
us
one.
too.
Yeah, but yeah, Eagles are the best team against the run, but these combo backs scare me a little bit. So Deion Lewis scares me, and Amendola only scares me because Brady hooked up with him a lot last week. So I don't know, he might have that hot hand going into next week. But overall, I think this Eagles team defensively will handle Brady. I think Brady is getting a little bit too much hype lately. I'm not saying his career he's getting too much hype. That's not what I'm saying. This season, because the only reason he's having an MVP season because Wentz got hurt.
Exactly. Wentz had 33 touchdowns out of 13 games.
Yeah, and that's not the only reason. It's Brady's month of December was not that great.
No, it wasn't.
Really wasn't. He threw interceptions in 5 straight games. He was solid, but he wasn't the same Brady. And I don't think he's going to be a 300-yard performance, 300-yard, 3-touchdown performance from Tom Brady. I'm expecting 250, maybe 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to do enough for them to be in the game, but I think this hype around him, oh, it's Tom Brady. Oh, it's Tom Brady. Well, you also got to realize this is the Eagles' defense. This is the defense that hold Minnesota to 7 points.
They're top 5 in the league right now.
And they don't.
They're very nasty.
And there's going to be a lot of Eagles fans there. A lot more than New England, in my opinion. And I know I'm biased because I'm wearing the jersey. I got the hat on. I'm Philly, but I'm the 4-team sport guy. But I don't know. I really believe this Eagles team is just a better team than New England.
I think they're a better team on paper.
Yeah, exactly, on paper.
Yeah, I just think the only problem with Philadelphia is going to be, is Nick Foles going to have the confidence?
Yeah, exactly.
Is he going to be able to throw the ball downfield, and make the completions to either Jeffrey Aguilar or Zach Ertz?
Yeah. I just look at it more or less than, if he did it last weekend, he could do it again. And he threw it downfield all last weekend, played incredible against the best defense, arguably, in football next to Jacksonville. So if they put up 38 against Minnesota, they got a worse defense coming in. And I'm not saying they're going to have the same performance because that's hard to do, to have 38 points against the best defense in football, to do that again. But they're going up against a less defense. Nick Foles is gaining confidence off of that game and the Atlanta game where he both played well.
Yep.
And he's having confidence with his wide receivers. Jeffrey Aguilar didn't have a great game last week, but he's still there, and they still use him solid. And I think Doug Peterson can handle Belichick's coaching. I think he can. I know Belichick's a great coach. He's going to take away somebody. But overall, I think Doug Peterson can do enough to get this team to win.
What I like about Doug Peterson is he could be destroying a team in the first half. The second half, he just keeps wants to gun it. He wants to gun it. He doesn't want to ease up.
He doesn't
because he knows there's teams like New England who are the second half team.
Yeah.
And last year, Brady down 28-3 came back, won the Super Bowl.
And then the other thing is like they did it last week to Doug Marrone on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They started going conservative. They started running the ball. I'm not saying running the ball is a bad thing, but they played conservative. Their play calling became conservative. Blake Bortles' first half was lighting up New England's defense, but when you go conservative against New England, they're just going to come back on you and win that game.
Jacksonville got too confident, I believe.
I agree too.
Their fourth quarter, they didn't even score.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, for predictions, for me, I got the Eagles winning this game 31-28. I think Elliott hits a big field goal. I think Foles throws about 2 touchdowns, maybe one, and I think they're running in a couple times, and I think the Eagles will win this game 31-28.
I got the Eagles also winning. I got them winning 28-24. I just believe it's going to be a defensive game where, it's going to come up to the defenses. And I think the running backs offensively is going to play a big factor in the game. Mm-hmm. I think Ajayi is going to get, a lot of the carries. He's going to have Blunt. But all in all,
it's a good mix.
It is a good mix.
Because then you have Clement on the edge who can go for pitches and screens and
same thing the other side of New England. You got Deion Lewis. Yeah. You got Rex Burkhead who's now healthy.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a great game. If you saw the Madden simulation, they said Patriots win 24-20. That was pretty interesting. It was close. So not like all these other ESPN assholes who are picking them to steamroll us. But yeah, we'll see. So anyway. So, moving on to the Sixers last night. Tough loss to the Thunder, in my opinion. What were your takes on that?
I just feel like the only problem with the Philadelphia 76ers is they don't have a closer on the team. They don't have – I mean, they got shooters. Redick, Covington. You got Sarge. Good shooters, but streaky.
Yeah.
The problem is you have Redick goes off for 22. Next night drops 8 points. Mm-hmm. It's just the problem is you don't have a closer on that team. And when Embiid's not playing, you don't have your main factor playing, so you're not going to win any games.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm with you on that because it's not even like Redick, Covington, and what's his name, Dario Saric. They're not known to be closers, but like they're shooters. Shooters are streaky. Dario can do a little bit more, but Redick and Covington are basically shooters, just strictly shooters. They're streaky players. That's just what a shooter is. They're hot and they're cold. So they can't really be closers if you're just a spot-up shooter. And then Ben Simmons can only drive, and he can't shoot yet. I saw a few he hit last night. That was pretty cool to see. But and it's hard to have a big man be a closer when he's in the post because they're going to double you every time.
Yes.
And it's hard to get it to him. So as a closer, I'm talking with Embiid because he's your best player, but it's hard for him to close because – I mean, he's shooting solid from the 3-point line, but it's not great. But it's hard because if you're a closer, you need to be a shooter, and you need to get to the paint too. So I can see Simmons being that guy eventually if he can develop his jump shot, but not right now. And I agree that they have a lot of problems with that. But my biggest problem overall is these turnovers in the fourth quarter and their third quarter coming out flat. It happens every game, and it's getting old. I know Thunder are a good team, so I'm not going to brush on this too much, but these turnovers of Brett Brown are starting to scare me because I think this team is good enough, and I don't even think they're playing up to their highest potential because I think they could eventually be not 3 seed, but I think they can be a 4 or 5 seed. But
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean
less turnovers.
Yeah,
you're winning games.
Exactly, less turnovers, and that's just the issue with this team right now. I don't know if it's just them still trying to get everything together, but yeah, that's what I think.
What I've heard from San Antonio is when Brett Brown worked there. He worked with Kawhi Leonard on developing the shot. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like, Kawhi Leonard has the same traits LeBron has a little bit.
Yeah.
And same thing with Ben Simmons. But all three of those guys never had a developing jump shot.
Yeah.
So the problem is, I mean, the solution is if you get Ben Simmons to develop his jump shot, he's going to be the same player as LeBron is now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be the same player as Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he's going to be an MVP candidate.
He's going to be an MVP candidate and maybe a Hall of Famer in the future.
No, I agree 100%. But yeah, but tonight, we're looking at tonight's game. I'm just saying, I don't know if they're going to win this game because now you got Giannis playing.
And you don't have Embiid playing.
Exactly,
tonight.
yeah.
And that's a big factor.
They're 1-8 or 1-9 without him or something like that. But I can't see them winning this game. I have the Bucks winning it. I think it's going to be close, but I don't know. I just don't think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I just think Giannis takes over the team, man. That's going to be the main.
Yeah, honestly, that's really all I got to say about that when you think about it. I mean, Redick's still out. Their bench has been shaky because you have James Young now. He's okay, but he's not like, he's just
He's not a game changer.
Yeah, TLC's been playing solid lately, but he's still not a game changer either. Covington's too streaky.
Yeah.
He's been streaky of late too.
Redick's hurt.
That kills you.
Yeah. That's your top shooter.
Yeah, he's more consistent than Covington.
Yeah.
And now Covington's
16-point guard, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I just had the Sixers losing tonight. But yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, segueing into the Pro Bowl. You think it's a bad idea?
Personally, I do. I just feel like the players don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to play. And I just feel like there's no sense of making them play without no incentive.
Yeah.
I just feel like they deserve, something on the side, like some money for the winning team.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Pro Bowl is a good idea at all. Like, I joke around it with my friends. Like, this guy and my boy Ice, I just think, like, we joke around saying, hey, let's tailgate the Pro Bowl. No. It's terrible. It's awful. It's not a good game to watch. I know the score was close, 24-23, but overall, the Pro Bowl is just boring to watch. None of the players try. None of the players care. There's no value to it. I don't think the skills competition. I think the skills competition's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind
it's
that.
Not bad.
Honestly.
Like it's decent to watch, but the game itself is just so boring. There's no defense. The D lineman can't even sack the quarterback. Like that's not football. Like
I mean, it's basically the quarterback's redshirt the whole time.
Yeah, like that's not football. But I don't know. I mean, just comparing it, I don't know how we can make it better. I mean, I like the drafting of the teams, but now they went away from that, and it's like
it's either you have a stacked AFC or a stacked NFC.
Yeah,
either or.
Yeah, and then a lot of people also drop because they don't want to get hurt, which I don't really blame them because it's after the season. Like, what's the point of playing?
What's the point of risking, your career?
Yeah.
Over a game.
Yeah, it's like
Orlando.
A meaningless game in Orlando.
Yeah,
so it's like, I don't know. I just don't really see it as a good idea anymore. I mean, I did like it a little bit better when it was after the season, but then they went away from that, which I don't know why.
Yes.
But yeah. So, and it attracts less viewers because everybody's ready for the Super Bowl, and it's like, we don't want to watch the Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl. Like, we don't care. Like, it's the Pro Bowl. Like,
yeah. I guarantee nobody watches it from home. Yeah. Unless you're from Orlando, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe if you're from Orlando.
Yeah, but
like, it's just, I don't know.
I'm not a fan personally.
Yeah,
so.
I just compare it. I like what NBA's doing now. They're drafting and they're also, what's it called? They're having an incentive for teams. So if you win the All-Star game, you get $100,000, which I wish the NFL could go to something like that. I'm not saying it has to be $100,000, but something like around that, just some money to like their players, just so they can play a little bit.
And I like the idea of captains. You know what I mean? You got LeBron, captain of the East, Steph Curry, captain of the West.
Yeah,
I like them picking players.
Yeah,
because
it's cool.
These are players that they're comfortable playing with, and either they're friends with or they know how to play with this person.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's a good idea entirely to get them an incentive for.
And even the NHL's gotten better with the 3-on-3. I feel like that's more interesting too. It's more fun to watch, and I know MLB they did have something like where it was like, what's it called? The winner of that game would host home field advantage for the World Series, so they had to play for something, but they got rid of that. But even that, baseball it's going to be competitive because you really can't take off any plays in baseball because it's like. You're pitching, you can't really throw like I guess like say like you're throwing a fastball and you can't really throw it 80 miles per hour when you really throw it 98 because then he's going to hit it out of the park and you're going to get embarrassed. So it's like baseball's kind of like that where you kind of have to take it seriously. But yeah. So breaking news at just like 10 minutes ago, Blake Griffin to the Pistons for who was it? Tobias Harris,
Avery Bradley.
And Boban Vujanovic, and I think a first-round pick.
First round and second-round pick.
First round and second-round pick.
Yes.
So, yeah. Who do you think won this trade?
Honestly, I think the Clippers did. I just think they got more assets out of it. You know, you got shooters in Lou Williams, Avery Bradley. I mean, I like Austin Rivers as your point guard, but I could use somebody different than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I heard that they might move Lou Will or DeAndre Jordan too.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm hearing Cleveland, Milwaukee, some other teams that are involved in that.
I think I heard Denver too.
Denver,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I like what the Clippers are actually doing. I think it's a smart move, and I think they definitely won this trade. I think you take 2 starters out of Detroit's lineup, it's kind of obvious they won this trade. It's not even close. I mean, Blake Griffin's a good player, but
who knows?
2 for 1, maybe even 3 for 1 good players, and you got draft picks along with that. So
who knows? Who knows if he's gonna have good chemistry with Andre Drummond?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. I'm excited to see how that works. But
look how Anthony Davis is doing with DeMarcus Cousins. I know DeMarcus Cousins got hurt, but I'm talking about before that.
Yeah,
he wasn't really. I mean, Boogie's a phenomenal player, but I don't think he is a game changer.
Yeah, I kind of with you. I think he's a good player, but like I think the stat sheet shows a little bit too much because I don't think he's that great defensively. But yeah, back to this trade. I just don't see what's it called. I don't think Detroit won this trade at all because you lose 2 starters. Your team got worse, really, when you think about it, and you lose your backup center. Yeah, you get a star in Blake Griffin, but is he really going to make that much of a difference on the defensive side?
28 years old, and I'm pretty sure you were a 6th seed or 7th seed.
Yeah, and plus he gets hurt all the time, so I don't really get it on Detroit's side.
I don't think has he ever played a playoff game, a playoff series?
Who?
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he has, but he's been always hurt.
I know he's been hurt.
Yeah, he always gets hurt during the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I just think I think the Clippers got better with this deal because you got more depth now. And if you really want to rebuild now, they can. You trade Lou Williams and DeAndre Jordan, who are at the commits of their prime, especially Lou Williams averaging 23 points per game. They can definitely get somebody back for him.
Oh, you'll get assets out of him,
if you can trade him to Boston, Cleveland.
You can get assets out of DeAndre Jordan,
too. For sure, for sure. I like what they're doing. But, yeah, that's all we got about today. It's Brendan, and this is Stu.
See you later, guys.
Signing off. See you guys.